Welcome to Darlinghurst Fire Station. This will be your open day for this year. Due to the conditions, we're going to do a virtual tour and just some Q&A for you guys. This is our crew. Everyone say hi. Just make sure you give the page a like, just so we know you're listening, and then you can throw any comments whenever you'd like. Ask us some questions, we'll give you the answers. So we're just going to start off, we'll go for a tour. We'll go around back here and we'll do a big lap.
I wonder when it was designed and built.
So if you look up here, this is a lovely old building. As you can see there, it was designed in 1910 and we moved in here in 1912 and that's when it's been commissioned. So we've been here for over 100 years now. So it's a pretty old station and we love it here.
So when it was first designed, it was designed to have 7 married men's quarters and 3 bachelor quarters. So that was part of the design of the building, because firefighters used to live on site in 1912.
As you can see, we're right in the heart of the cross. Times have changed now, but it's pretty busy. We run with 2 appliances here. So we've got our main firefighting appliance and then we've got our ladder platform here. As you can see, nice and high. Very good for around this area due to the tall building. It goes up to 27 metres high, so it's pretty handy around this area. Got 151 bar. Then we're back to our main appliance. This is our pump. We run with 2 people in the front, the driver and the SO. And then we run with 2 people on the back, 1 on each side, and they've got their air sets in here. We've got some hose, we've got all our attack packs there ready to go. We've actually got 6 people at this station. A lot of stations only run with 4, but we run with 6. So we've got 4 on the pump and then 2 on their ladder platform that you saw before. Pretty much, we've got all our rescue gear, all our hoses, got some lights, some fans, got some 40 ropes up the top. Come back, we've got all our branches, pretty much all our hose lay gear goes in the back on this side. Got some safety witches hats. Just had a question. How many firefighters are on shift at any time? At this station, we have 6 firefighters on shift. That's 5 firefighters and 1 SO. SO stands for station officer, so he's the boss pretty much, or she. We run 4 platoons, so we're obviously operating for 24 hours at a time, and then we've got 4 different shifts that operate throughout the year. In the back here, good question too. We've got our hydrants. They're our standpipes, so that's when we can go straight into the street and get water to then fill the pump.
Got another question.
Oh, another question?
Yeah, just about asking us if we put in smoke alarms for people, the elderly, disadvantaged.
We do have a program that we do install smoke alarms for the elderly, and that's all comes through our fire safety department. They're the best contact. If you look on our website on Fire and Rescue, or you can call the station at any time and we'll give you the best answers to look at smoke alarms for anyone around. We'll give you the best information we can. This is our pump. This is the main part of this, the main option here. So we get water in here. As I said, showed the standpipes before, we can take some water in, get it up to boost it up to a nice pressure, and then we get water out coming through down the side here. We attach our hoses here.
Had another question. How long are the hoses?
30 metres.
So
30 metres each hose.
So you got 38.
Yeah, so we've got different sizes. We've got 38mm here and 70mm. So obviously more volume comes through the 70. And then we go into our 38 to fight fires.
factory sort of stuff.
Yeah, so normally our 38, our standard house fires or units or stuff like that, we'll take that 38 line in, and that'll be our main firefighting hose. And we can use our big factory fires and stuff like that. We can take our 70 mil in, set up, and then run our 38s off that. Very helpful these. We put a lot of water out. A lot of what the kids love is our ladders up the top. That's our big ladder that gets us up into all sorts of nice fun places.
I've had another question about why don't we have a ladder?
Oh, why don't we have a ladder?
We
Actually,
do.
We've got two ladders.
Do you want to just
Got
roll it down?
big one up the top here. That's the whole length of the truck. And
Just
we've got
release
another
it.
one around
Just
the
release
side.
it. Just wind it down this way, Dick.
I'll show you the other ladders around this side. Here's a smaller one.
Just release it on the road.
Hopefully that answers that question. We've got two, and then the big ladder's out the front. Back to the appliance, we've got a couple of little fire extinguishers here, two different types, and then we'll have another fire blanket here. That fire blanket, a lot of you people will have them at home sometimes, so that's very helpful. And remember, always keep looking when cooking. So you've got to make sure that fire blanket's handy, and that'll help. Spare air cylinders, our medical equipment. This is very helpful when we go into any medical response. Defibrillator, lay pack, just more hoses there. What else have we got here? More air sets, that's for the driver and the SO, the station officer. So they run in the back here, not in the front, because it's too hard to put them in the front seats. Back here, more hose. Plenty of hose. That's one thing we've got a lot of in this truck. Plenty of hose.
We just had another question about
Another question?
extinguishers.
Extinguishers. Oh yeah.
Just had another question about the differences. What are the difference between all the extinguishers?
Difference. That's a very good question. So what we run with a CO2 extinguisher on the back. That's used for mainly our electrical type fires and stuff like that. Just no water. CO2 is carbon dioxide. So non-flammable, that pretty much zaps all the oxygen out of the air, and that's what puts out the fire. So use them close to the electrical fire and stuff like that. And this one is dry chemical powder, or DCP. That is used for, you can pretty much use that on any fire, but it comes out with a lot of pressure, and it's just a powder that coats the fire and coats what's on it, and that interrupts that flame chain reaction and puts the fire out. So you've got DCP and CO2. So,
And how do you tell the difference?
we've got our bands, so black bands, white bands. There's also a lot of other extinguishers out there. You'll get some blue bands, which is just water, and some all other types like an oatmeal band, and that's for fatty oils and stuff like that. You'll see them in the kitchens. But yeah, black band, CO2, carbon dioxide, white one's dry chemical powder.
Make sure you have a fire blanket at home.
Already been through that, boss. Thank you.
And Susan just asked,
Susan, how are you?
can anyone drive the fire truck?
Yes, we rotate on our shifts, so you have to become a motor driver. It's one of our qualifications, where they do some driver training at recruit class, and then once you're out of recruit class, you do some more training while you're on the job, and then you progress to what is called a motor driver. So what we do on shifts, we usually rotate that every 12 hours. Some stations do, or some stations do every 8, or some stations drive for whole shifts. But anyone can jump in and drive once you're qualified, that is.
We've had another question about
Firing through
a kitchen fire. So,
kitchen fire.
what would you use on a stove fire?
A stove fire. So
Yeah.
ideally, as I was mentioning before, the fire blankets are good because that'll starve it from oxygen, and also making sure you turn it off, which is very helpful. It's an easy one to forget, but turning the stove off and using that fire blanket is very, very helpful. And always ring 000. If there's a fire, ring 000. It's the main thing to do.
We've had another question from a Zach Hill.
Oh yes.
Do you have to wear a special helmet?
Yes, we do. We have our helmets. I'll show you one right now. He's a valued listener, that guy. That's our special helmets. This is 40s. He's running on the back left today. They have comms inside them, communications, so we can plug them straight into our radio. And then we run earpiece and then our microphone through there. They also have a couple of visors to protect our face in different situations.
Yeah, they are. Joanne asked, will you be in next year's calendar?
Most definitely not. I am not muscly enough for that calendar, unfortunately. This is our boss's seat. I don't get to sit in this very often, so this is what we call our mobile data terminal. So this is pretty much where we get all our information on calls. We can look up our navigation. We can pretty much do a lot of our information comes through here electronically, but we also have a manual printout as well we can refer to. So that sits in the boss's seat. And sometimes I want to go back on this like that. You can tell I'm not a boss. What else have we got?
Princey just asked if he's still single.
Hi, Princey.
Are you still single?
Thank you, Mr.
There's actually been a couple
He's
of
one of the best
comments.
bosses I've ever had, actually, Princey. I'll take him through now where we get our call outs. This is pretty much where it starts. If we get a call, we come through here. What we'll do, you'll hear the bells go off. They'll go nice and crazy. And then you'll get a print will come through like this. I was actually driving last call, so what I did, I'll run through exactly what I did. I'll come through, grab the printout, I check where it was, and then I'll look on our map, I'll get a rough idea of where we're going. So I was going out to Kent Street up here, so I get a rough idea of where I'm going, and then I head to the pump. What the other two will do on the back is they'll come through this way. Sorry, I might be moving too fast. And then they'll go in here. This is our turnout gear. So what they'll do is overalls, swap boots, put their jacket on, grab their helmet, and jump on the pump, and then they're ready to go. And then from the pump, we hit the lights, and we're good to go. Okay. If we do miss any questions, all questions that are there will be answered by media, so you might be coming through a bit quick, and people are printing, the questions might not be coming in fast enough. So media will get to all the questions that we miss, but hopefully I can answer most of them.
I've had a question, how long does it take to put your turnout gear on to get dressed?
Oh, it's pretty quick. Some longer than others. So Sammy's about to demonstrate that and show you exactly how quick you can put that on.
On this side, my
Oh,
gear.
he's on this side because he was on the back.
In the truck.
Show us how quick you can put it on, Sammy. Thanks for that question.
Hey.
Sammy's probably our quickest firefighter here, so spends a lot of time in the gym. He's a bit nervous, a bit sweaty, it's sticking to him. He's pretty much dressed. As you can see, there are radios I was talking about before. So they'll sit on each firefighter, and the boss will have one on him as well. And I'll show you where they come to. This, as you can see, is what we call an epaulette. That shows your rank. So Sammy, senior firefighter, that's his, gets 2 stripes. I'm not as good yet. I'm only a qualified firefighter. And you'll see where the boss is, he's right around at the top. This is what you're looking for if you need some of the quality information. That means station officer. And then you've got even more important, inspector. Mr. Paulson, thank you very much. What I was talking about before, communications, our radio.
Yeah.
I'll show you where they, you want to go on that side or you in the middle? So from Sammy's radio, as we said, the boss has one, all firefighters have one, and then every truck has a radio as well. So we've got a booster in here that we can, our frequency is larger, so we can pick up signals from further away. So every truck has 2 radios, one for just the fire ground itself, and then one here that's linked to our large communication centre. So that gives information to all pumps and all communications around. So there are comms, and anything else in the truck is pretty stock standard. Oh, that's the magic panel. So that's what the kids love the most. So that's our sirens, our lights, our sirens, and then our pitch of our sirens. So we can change it high and low depending on what we're doing. If we want to draw attention, if we're coming through a lot of traffic, we can change the pitch in our sirens. So that's sometimes why you hear different styles of sirens. It depends where we're going and how heavy the traffic is. Everything else here is pretty much to activate our pump out the back. So when I pull up to a job, I'll put it in park, I'll set our safety stuff up, I'll chop the wheels, and then I'll set it into pump gear, so that way I can operate it all from the back that way.
There's been a question about is it easy and how do you get back out of a burning house, back outside if you need to get out?
If you want to get out, the main one is get down low and go, go, go. So you want to get down and close all doors if you're coming out. So,
But as a firefighter, maybe...
As a firefighter ourselves, we find it a little bit, we've got, I'll show you out the back. I'll answer that question in the back seat. So, if we're going into a fire and then we want to make our way back out, any fire we go into, we've got a hose line with us. So our charged hose line comes with us as protection for us and to put the fire out. So we can follow that back out the door because that is connected to our water supply and that'll lead us out. But we also have this. This is our thermal imaging camera, or we call it a TIC. So that, as you can see there, I don't know how well it comes across, but it makes us able to see in the smoke. So if you can pick up the boys there, Scotty's looking, oh perfect, 36 degrees. And then Sammy and the boys, so that gives us pretty much eyes when it's smoky. So that's pretty, hopefully answers that question. That's a lot of the time, that's how we get out. Yeah, and our charged hose line, as I said, we always take that into the building, so we can turn around and follow that out because that leads out of the building to our water supply. So that's our little safety line as well, that helps. We've got a red helmet here. As you can see, that one's different to our yellows. So all firefighters will have our yellow helmets, and then the station officer will have the red, and then it goes up from there to a white helmet and then to a black helmet. If he's there, it's a big job. What else is in the back? That's pretty much it for the back. There's not much else we can see in here. Any other questions coming through, Sammy?
They're dried up.
They're dried up, that's no good.
And there's people leaving, so you can pick up the...
Oh, sorry for leaving. I'm boring you already. Staying in the station. Oh, is that Larissa?
Yeah, Larissa just asked. She asked if we sleep at the station.
Well, we're here for 24 hours, so we're on call. Each shift works on a 24-hour shift, and we're on call that night for the whole time. So we have our mess quarters where we stay and just wait for our calls, and we're just ready to go at any time. So yeah. Oh yeah.
We do get them underwater.
We try and rest. We manage our fatigue just because we're here for 24 hours, so you do have to manage your fatigue. But we're a pretty busy station, so we're out a lot of the time. But so in between calls, we like to manage ourselves to make sure we're all well rested, just ready to prepare and ready to go. I'm surprised the question, we don't have a pole at this station, unfortunately. The city does. They have a few different poles that they get slowed down. Unfortunately, we've got stairs here, so that's a shame. If any boss out there, you can install a pole, that'd be great. Any other questions, Sam?
There's a few floating in about application process, but...
Oh, the application process?
Yeah, what's the hardest part?
Hardest part? The whole thing. I'm probably the newest one that's been through it out of, these guys. Yeah, most definitely. Tricky, very competitive, but everyone's welcome to play it. We take people from anywhere, any job. Don't think any job narrows it down.
And that was another question as well about the average age.
There isn't. No. I was in the recruit class probably 3 years ago, and we averaged from 23 to late 30s. I'm pretty sure that was our range just in the recruit class. So throughout the brigade, the age was huge. From every walk of life, we had different people from all sorts of backgrounds. I had a science teacher in my recruit class. He was amazing. He was way too smart for me. But yeah, the recruitment process is about to start, I think, in July. I think the application starts. It's an online process. You can throw your application through, then you go through some testing, some interview stages. All the information's there on the website. Just have a look for rescue, and that'll take you step by step through the whole application process. But it's very competitive, so I like to take the best, hopefully.
Another question, how long can a firefighter last in BA?
In BA,
In a fire?
varies. It varies. What's BA? Good question. That's our breathing apparatus. That's our suits. I'll take you down to the tally board, which keeps track of that. So as I said, BA is our suits that we had before. These magical things. So what we have here, whenever our firefighters go into a fire, they get tagged. So we pull what this is called our tally key. You hear that sound? That helps us recognise. I'll just turn that off before it goes crazy, because what this is our distress unit. So if that stops and doesn't move for a certain period of time, then that'll actually go off. So it replicates that someone is down or a firefighter is hurt or somewhere and they can't get out, and that'll actually go off to alert the rest of the team members to go and help that firefighter. So as I said, the tally key pulls out and goes in this board, and then we record over here their pressure, so how much pressure is actually in this air cylinder. That's just air, it's not oxygen, that's just compressed air. So it's compressed air, and then that gives you a rough time that they're available to go in for. So 40 minutes, 37, 34, depending on how much pressure is in your cylinder. So we like to charge them to 300 bar so they're ready to go, and then hopefully we'll have about 40 minutes. That also varies. If you're working very hard, you're obviously going to breathe heavier and you're going to use more. If you're working a bit less, it depends on size, depends on fitness, depends on lung capacity. There's a lot of variables, but we just work roughly on this, and then we can go from there. What these suits do have is what's called a warning whistle. So when you do go get low on air, we've got our gauge here. So once you get down to about 50 bar, 55 bar, the warning whistle will activate, and that tells you you're running low. So that means you exit the fire and come out from there. So that's a very, very handy safety feature, but as a time, we usually roughly work at about the 40-minute mark. That is with a fully charged one.
Another question from Olympia. Do we have any females at our station?
We do.
And what's the most difficult aspect during recruitment? Is it different for females?
In recruitment, our process is completely fair. In other words, male, female, they take anyone. I had, I think, 10 females in my recruit class. We work with a girl on this shift, Courtney. She's unfortunately on holidays at this, otherwise you'd probably get to see her talking to you, not me. She's a much better speaker. She's on annual leave at the moment, and she's outstanding. She's taught me a lot in the job, and it's I like working with her a lot when she's here, but unfortunately she's on annual leave. So yeah, there's plenty of women in the job at the moment.
Do we rescue cats like on Fireman Sam?
I have definitely rescued a few cats. They are very clawing when you pull them off. Thanks, Mel. Yes, we work sort of hand in hand with a lot of animal rescue and stuff like that. So definitely we do rescue cats, and I have pulled a few off roofs and trees. Often we get up there and then they jump down, but I definitely have.
What about outside of fire brigade, sporting wise? Can firefighters play sports on the outside?
Oh, most definitely. Outside your shift, most definitely play sport. Most firefighters are active in the
That was
sporting
from
community.
Rachel.
Yes, outside the brigade, there's definitely, or most firefighters are active in some sort of way. It leans towards an active lifestyle. And sporting wise, most of the boys here, and Courtney as well, we're all involved in some sort of sport outside, and there's also plenty of sporting activities inside the brigade as well. There's a lot of teams, a lot of soccer teams, football teams, and that the fire brigade actually get involved in as well. So there's plenty of opportunity sporting wise.
Any tips for someone who's about to have an interview?
About to have an interview? Research what we're all about. Definitely get involved in what your community is all about, where you're from, and yeah, those 6-7 things would be perfect. But community-based activities, that's my big push. Learn about your community, learn what the fire brigade have to offer, fire and rescue offer to our community, and our different services that we provide. And go from there. If you can provide examples of when you've helped people out or work with community-based organisations, or just volunteer your time in the community, that would be very helpful in your interview process, in my opinion.
Any funny stories of the calls you've been to? Chris just asked that.
Yeah, some are more MA rated than others around here. We work in the cross, so there's definitely some funny sites around here, but we get all sorts of things. That's part of the job, I guess, and part of the reason I love it is the variety of what we do. We go from fires to floods to medical response. We do a lot of, around here, due to the tight access and stuff like that, we help the ambulance a lot. They're really, really good at what they do, and we encourage them to call us like whenever they need help carrying people or just in tight access squads, or our ladder platforms are very helpful in getting people off balconies or just out of awkward circumstances. And so I don't know about funny stories, but just a lot of variety, especially in the cross. It's not as busy as it used to be, and I miss the heyday of the cross, but it's still definitely a lot of fun up here.
Who does the cooking at the station?
The cooking, come with me. Come with me. So, between this guy, Master Chef Sam, outstanding, this guy, this is the one you want to talk about. This is the ultimate Master Chef. What have we got tonight, Matt?
Chicken schnitzel and
Salad.
And
Salad,
salad.
of course, because we're all fit. My recommendation is his sweet potato and coconut dal. That's his specialty, and it's outstanding. Hopefully we get that sometime. That's it. I think that's about it for our Q&A. Thank you for joining us. And remember, if you want to like the Facebook page, if you've got any questions, give us a call here. We're happy to answer. See ya.